If you enjoy the tart and transportive concoction known as the margarita, you will be thrilled to know that the Margarita Festival is back after a 5-year hiatus and features a tequila with a local link. Let's welcome Henry Hubble, account manager at the Beckett Agency, and Lainey McWaters, brand ambassador and sales representative for Don Gato Tequila. Good to have you both with us.
Thanks for having us.
All right, so you brought a picture. I don't know if you can focus too much on who's in that picture, but if you've been living under a rock, you know who started Don Gato. He has a local link to us here in Charleston. Tell us more, Lainey.
Correct. So like I always love to say, this is the definition of a born in Charleston, made in Mexico. Charleston roots in Mexico craftsmanship.
Yeah.
So we have a really small team, and Danny, our beloved Danny McBride,
yes,
has started this. So it's been really cool. We've put a hefty focus on this Charleston market for obvious reasons,
sure,
but we want to give it that local footprint.
Yeah.
You cannot make tequila in the United States, so going off of that, that's why we put such a focus on getting the brand so established here, so it can be Charleston's tequila.
Sure.
And with our whole team all kind of being here, it just makes so much sense, right?
I love it. Well, I love. It's interesting that he chose tequila as sort of his spirit of choice. So, Henry, there's been a 5-year hiatus. So why the space of time before you brought the Margarita Festival back?
Yeah, it actually kind of really made sense after we took a little break to bring it back now with Don Gato here in Charleston. So basically, we really wanted to just make it a fun event for the public this fall. So we decided to get 20 of the best bars and restaurants around Charleston to all come and get together and basically just bring their own unique spin on a margarita to the public, let the public interact and engage with them.
Yeah.
And
they get to taste test?
They do. So
right.
You'll get your all-inclusive ticket. You'll be able to taste margaritas from 20 of our, best competing venues.
And if I can just say this, though, because margaritas, that's kind of my thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've perfected the margarita. I must say, I make a pretty darn good one. And who would think that there would be 20 different ways? But really, there's 100 ways to skin a cat, as they say. So there are so many different twists that you can put onto the margarita. So what do you think sets Don Gato Tequila aside from the rest of the market, because there's quite a few tequilas out there. There's a lot of choice.
Yeah.
So what makes this one unique?
Yeah. And I'm such an advocate in the market to say this. There's plenty of shelf space for good brands. We all are out here just promoting our brands the same way that I am. But I think Don Gato falls into a category really on its own. There's not really I don't really compare it to many. Mm-hmm. I think it comes with a lot of the marketing, a lot of the background for obvious reasons. But I think, again, it just made so much sense to do it here in Charleston with the roots and with our small team being here and the passion behind it and the love for Charleston. Sure. What separates it really truly though is obviously, we're additive free, just made of 3 ingredients, water, yeast, agave. Mm-hmm. Our repo is aged 3 months in a bourbon barrel, so she's a lot more. Yes, correct. Yeah. She's a lot more. I would say more full body.
More full body. Yeah,
more full body.
Nice. But this is good for mixing in margaritas.
Correct. So I always say that my Blanco is my cocktail's best friend.
I love the Blanco too.
And she's citrus forward. She complements really well with how you mix. It counteracts really well. Savory, sweet.
And you were mentioning that the price point is also favorable to the pocketbook, isn't it? Yes. Okay, that's good to know. All right, so you've got 20 of Charleston's best making their concoctions. Yes. People can buy their ticket, all inclusive. There is going to be a judge, or is
3 judges.
3 judges. Okay, one of which is going to be Don Gato himself.
Of course.
Okay, and they're using only Don Gato in all of their cocktails.
Correct. Okay. So the base just has to be Don Gato.
Great.
And whatever we have a lot of diversity with our accounts that we're using, which is super cool.
That's wonderful.
So everybody really gets to put an entirely, you get to choose between Blanco or Repo.
Yeah.
So the odds are really. And their flavor.
Just make sure you've got the Uber app on your phone, you've got a DD, no excuses whatsoever. Okay, the Charleston Margarita Festival, Friday, September 19th from 7 to 10 p.m. This is at the Rick House, folks. The Rick House at Cannon Distillery, that's on James Island. So again, please drink responsibly, make sure you've got a DD, designated driver, or Uber. Thank you both so much for sharing with us.
Thank you.
All right.
Absolutely.
And thank you, Don Gatto. We'll be back after this.